Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
To remove this, take a plastic prying tool, get this from 1aauto.com, just kind of push in on this side, it'll pop it out. There's a clip there that you're trying to pop it out of. Push in the tab. We're going to pop off the piece behind the mirror. You can either get your fingers in there or use a plastic trim tool. It just pops off, it's got two clips. Pop off this grab handle here. Use a plastic trim tool. Pry it up, pop it out, put that aside. Pull the door handle open. Use the plastic prying tool to get in here. Pop that out. Use the plastic prying tool to get this clip out. If you can get the middle up, that helps unlock it, but sometimes when they're flush like that, it's difficult. This one snapped, but it'll still work. I'm going to use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the one that's behind the door handle. There's one in here and one deep in here. With these screws removed, the door panel is clipped around this edge, and then it's going to lift off of the door frame. So I'm going to reach under here, pull it out. Same on this side. Free. Careful, the screws were in there, so one just fell out. Put that aside. Disconnect the door handles. So that's the door lock. Pop this out. Pull it straight up. Same thing in this one, pop it out. This whole piece actually came with it. It's fine. This thing can stay in there. Disconnect the main harness from the door panel. It's clipped up here. There's a lock, it's on the other side. Pull it, push it in, pull it down. Door panel will come off. Pop this out. Pull it right off. Put that aside. To get to this door lock actuator, we have to remove the vapor barrier that's in the door. It's stuck on with this butyl tape. It's really sticky. Probably want to put gloves on because it just gets everywhere. But you can peel it away and take a razor blade and just sort of cut it. And its stuff is so sticky that if you're careful, you should be able to stick this back up and reuse the vapor barrier. Try not to pull too hard, stretch it. If you just need to access the door lock actuator or the inside of the outer door lock handle, you can just peel it down halfway. Since we're gonna also access other stuff inside this door, I'm gonna take the vapor barrier totally off. This wiring harness for the door goes through the vapor barrier. It's taped to this mount. So you could either cut it and retape it. So it's actually easier just to untape it and pull it off. Need to unplug this from here. Just use the plastic trim tool to reach in there, push the lock in, just kind of pull it out. Disconnect the speaker plug. Push the lock in, pull up. You can either cut this and re-zip tie it or try to push it out with a trim tool. Try to push it out. Pop that out. Unplug the mirror connector. So now I can keep taking this off. Slide the harness up and through. Removing vapor barrier. You can reuse this, just be careful with it. Go lay it down the sticky side up. All right. Inside the door panel, there's a gray clip here. If you go out this way, go this way a little bit. Yes, right, yep, okay. So inside the door panel is a gray clip here on the control rod. And when this actuates, it moves. This is what happens when you pull the door handle. This is what unlocks the door. Just gonna reach up with my finger, pop that off. Pull the prop rod straight out. All right, so it's in there pretty well. I'm just gonna slide up our little trim tool and just gently pry on it to pop it out. Right there, just like that. And it's got a ball end to it. Right there, and that's what made it hard to come out. So you just have to get it over that, and then we're all set. Remove the outer door handle, pop this rubber plug out. Looks like you can do this without having the actuator out. And reach in here. This is a T30 Torx. I'm gonna loosen this up. Looks like a captured bolt, so it won't fall. Need to come in here. Need to remove that T30 Torx. It's right here. So with this screw loose back here, you should be able to use a plastic prying tool, pop this off the tabs. Kind of pull the handle out, lift it forward. So it lifted off of the tab here and the tab here. Then this can come out. And there's our lock cylinder. To get the main part of the handle out, push it towards the back of the car. Just slide it right out. To remove the holder that's behind here, I'm just gonna pop these little weather seals out on the side. Set some little tabs. This has got a little tab here. Push it down. Push this one out. Slide that forward. Hold on to it, reach inside the door, pull this out. That's our whole door handle mechanism. So the screw in here is captured, so it can't be dropped while you're trying to install it. This little threaded insert that the screw goes through, it actually goes, the wider part goes on the other side of the sheet metal. You can take this out. It just kind of wiggles out of the plastic. Hold that aside. Now we're going to put this through the door panel to install it. Get this lined up. pop that tab in, just like that. We'll hold it from the back side and take our threaded insert. It's kind of a hex key to it. Push it in, holds it in place. To reinstall these rubber gaskets, they've got little tabs on them. You're gonna slide behind the sheet metal. Just clip them into place. Same thing for this one. Go this way. Take our door handle and feed it into the opening, kind of sideways, like that. That's going to slide into there. You have to put it in flat like that and then push it forward. We're going to take our door lock cylinder and we're just going to place it in like here. Our door latch is not installed yet, but you just want to make sure that these 4 prongs slide into the door lock actuator. I can show you what's happening. So if this door lock actuator is sitting inside the door, as you slide this in, these are going in here. So when you turn the door lock with your key, that's what's locking and unlocking the door. I'm just going to take this and push it straight in. I'm going to take our cover piece. So it's got a clip there and a clip there, and there's some tabs there. Like a little tab there. I'm going to catch it on this one first and push it this way. That's locked in place. Okay, this is a T25 Torx. I'm going to use my extension. I'm going to hold on to it with my hand. This is going to keep the door lock cylinder from coming out. Feel it getting tight. Just going to snug it down a little bit. Not going to over tighten it. Right there feels good. We need to install the other Torx bolt. It's going to go right here. Hold the rest of the handle on. Try to do it without dropping it in the door. Get tight. I'm just going to stop because I don't want to break it. You can reinstall this little rubber gasket. Up in here is this gray clip. This rod needs to go into the gray clip. Push into place. And then we're going to pull this clip down and lock it so it can't come out. So that rod connected, that's what works the door handle and pulls on the door lock actuator. So before we put the vapor barrier back on, you can plug in the harness for the door lock actuator. Now I can reinstall the vapor barrier. This black stuff that looks like silicone is actually butyl tape. It stays sticky for like a long time. So we can reuse this. And if you need to, you can get more. It's called butyl tape, but this stuff should be fine. It's very, very sticky. I'm going to feed these wires through here. Sort of let that hang a little bit. There's another opening here that our harness needs to come through. And to feed all of the connectors through here. To actually make sure our window is unplugged, because that needs to come through. Feed all these through. Just gonna get this lined up in relatively the same spot. push it down with your fingers. You'll feel it. It's really like gummy and sticky. Definitely want to be wearing gloves or else you'll have this all over your hands for a couple days. This harness was taped here, so you can either retape it or zip tie it. I'm just gonna plug it in first. Plug our speaker in. This was clipped in up here for our mirror. I'm gonna run that back into the clip. Plug our mirror back in. This is for our door courtesy light. That'll stay open for now. That little hole for the screw there doesn't quite line up. I wouldn't worry about it because the screw is gonna go right through the plastic. This will be our door harness plug. I'm gonna get some, a little zip tie or some tape to reattach that. I'm gonna use a small zip tie. It's a little easier than trying to put tape around this flange like it was originally. Zip tie that in place. Snip that off. So this is all set for the door panel to go back on. Make sure you don't get these cables mixed up because they can fit in both positions. The white one goes on top. You put the little lid weight in there, flip it over, clip it into place. Take the green one. You'll kind of know because one is longer than the other. They kind of fit better in their respective spots. So put the little lid weight over there, just like the top one. Snap it into place. So one pulls the door handle, one locks and unlocks the doors. We're ready for the door trim panel. So the top of this has some metal clips. They will slide onto the thin part of the sheet metal here. There is a locating pin here. And then you've got the clips all the way around and the screws that'll hold it on together. Before we do that, we need to feed this into here. Just gonna get it started. Our courtesy light, there's an opening in the bottom of the door panel for it. Just feed that through. Be a little tricky to install this. Get that started. Take your door harness. Make sure, don't forget to plug that in or else nothing's gonna work. It'll snap into place. So we'll get this lined up. It's got a couple pins on the top and the bottom. And those are gonna push into these tabs. Now we can take the door panel, kind of push it up towards the window. Push it up towards the window and then down over. Sometimes you gotta push in on it. Just push down, just like that. I can see that the screw holes are lining up. I've got that where I want it. I'm just gonna push in. It's gonna capture all the clips. Now I can reinstall the screws. Install this small screw here behind the door handle. Our little trim piece. Got all the clips. Get this door handle out. I get this front one captured first. Push that into place. There's two large self-tapping screws. One's gonna go on the top, and one's gonna go on the bottom here. This door pull handle, start with the top one. With the two screws installed, we can clip this back into place. Install our little triangle piece that goes near the mirror. These two clips are here. Push right into place. There's this little clip here. This one kind of broke, but we push it in there. If you don't have it, it's not a big deal. It doesn't do too much. The rest of the door panel is secure. Reinstall the courtesy light. Plug it back in. Push that up into place. Door panel is reinstalled. Thanks for watching.
Visit us at 1aauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.